On today's health and wellness episode of ANOKHI Spotlight TV, we're going to be speaking to Dr. Sapna, and she's going to be speaking to us about Spectator Strain, what it is, as well as giving us some tips on how we can deal with it. So Dr. Sapna, as a mom, I spend a lot of time on weekends going to karate tournaments, and with other soccer moms, they're at weekends sitting on the bleachers. Tell us a little bit more about Spectator Strain and what has your experience been when you're encountering that?
Well, I'm really glad that you're having me here for this conversation. It's something that we don't really pay a lot of attention to, especially as being a parent, attending a lot of these sports games and these tournaments. We just sort of neglect our own health and our own bodies to obviously take care of, our little ones and to cheer them on.
What are some of the common ailments that most sports spectators experience?
Some of the more common things that we can attribute more so to spectator strains, especially for our soccer moms and dads, include sore buttocks. Knee pain is a very common one, as well as back pain, because if you think about how confined to a space you are and how you're usually crouched into a very stooped posture and you're really just limited to the area that you're in watching the sport or participating in that sport, you're very limited.
Yeah.
Also neck tension, shoulder tension. A lot of the times if there's rails that you're gripping onto, you don't realize you're in this very negative posture. Headaches can be usually sometimes associated post games, especially if there's been a lot of ups and downs.
Now that we know all about Spectator Strain, what are some tips that you can offer so for most of our viewers out there that they can make their viewing experience much more easier on their bodies?
The biggest thing that I can recommend is make sure you do some stretches while you're sitting there. They're long hours and we a lot of the times like I said, we neglect ourselves. So some simple stretches that you can do while you're sitting and still participating in the games are doing your stretches. So one of the ones that I love doing, if you're having a lot of tension in your wrist or in your forearm, simply just doing some wrist stretches are really great. Even doing prayer stretches to really get those wrists and forearms feeling, more open and looser. If you're having neck pain and neck tension, doing simple neck stretches while you're sitting in your chair is super helpful as well. Chair twists, again, while you're sitting there, this is something that's so easy to do. It's getting the blood flowing, it's getting your muscles looser, and very simple and easy, especially if you're worried about, being too close to somebody next to you. Of course, if you have more space, you can get up, you can really do some elongated stretches to stretch out your torso. But, really it's just about getting creative with how much space you have and utilizing that so that you can actually get some movement. A couple of other things is dressing weather appropriate. People never realize, but if you're outdoors and it's really, really cold outside, bring layers, warming yourself up, because otherwise, guess what's going to happen? You're going to shrivel up and you're going to get more tense.
Right.
Similarly, if it's too warm outside, you really want to dress appropriate, wearing sun protective shades, wearing sunglasses so that you're not tensing, also dressing appropriately so that you're not getting too hot, and hydrate. Some of the major reasons why we get so tense is because we're dehydrated. And having water instead of coffee, you know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes we got to make those choices. So those are just some simple things that you can do to really take care of your overall physical health. Not just paying sole attention to your children, but paying attention to yourself, because we have to remember they are our number one priority, but they're only going to be our number one priority if you take care of yourself and you're healthy enough to take care of them, because that's really what it's all about.
For more information on Dr. Sapna, please visit her website at drsapna.com. For more information on our show, please visit us on anokhimedia.com as well as our YouTube channel. And be sure to interact with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.